All right, so we have 5 instrumental pieces: RSTVW, RSTVW. Sounds like an ordering game, probably is because it's the first one. To create and sustain certain moods, a sequence of pieces will satisfy the following constraints. I missed the first part. It said a sequence of exactly 5. So this is definitely a grouping or an ordering game. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 1. What do they tell us? S will be earlier than V. Sweet. S comes before V at some point. We have no idea where. Then it says T must be earlier than both R and S, or later than both of R and S. So T is going to be before both R and S, or after R and S. So we don't know which one it will be, but T will either be before both or after both. Then it says the same thing about W, either before R and T or after R and T. So W is before R and T or after R and T. All right. Let's see here. Do we have any floaters? Probably not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all 5 variables are here. It doesn't really seem like we can make a lot of inferences because this is an either or situation. T could be before both or after both. T is in both of these rules. R is in both of these rules. But what's going to happen? Is it going to come before or after? The only thing we can really see there is SV. So S can't be last and V can't be first. But that seems obvious enough from this that I would not note it. Let's go through the questions. Question 1 is just a process of elimination. The easiest rule here to grab is SV. Scan down the answers, SV, 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 SV. That is a problem in D. So in question 1, A, B, C, D, E, D is wrong because we don't have SV. We have V, something S. We have SV and E, so we're good. The next rule is just T is before both S and R or after S and R. So A is out because it's in between them. Let's look for others. T, R, S, T, R, S. SRT is fine in B. T, S, R is fine in C. In E, we have STR. That's a problem. So E is out because of STR. Then we have this other rule that says W has to be before both or after both. So we have WRT. That's fine in B. WTR or TWR is not good in C. So the answer is B. So again, just grab a rule and eliminate. If questions, number 2, if S is the 4th piece. So let's do this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If S is the 4th piece, we then know that V has to go last. At this point, we have 3 variables left. If you got stuck here, you didn't go far enough, you should take a look at the other clues here. The other rules that deal with S is this one. So either S and R are after T or they're before T. They cannot be before T, so they have to be after T, which means that T is going to come before R and T is going to come before S. We don't have to worry about the TS part, but we do have to worry about the TR part. We know that T is going to be before R. The only thing left is W. W is either going to come before both or it's going to come after both. We don't know which one. So really, W is kind of a floater, not entirely, because W is either going to come on this side or that side of TR, right? Since W has to come before both or after both, it's going to be going back and forth either in front of R or in front of T or after R. All right. Which of the following must be true? R is earlier than W. Does not have to be true. Could be true. S is earlier than T. That cannot be true. C. T is earlier than R. Yes, that has to be true. Actually, that's the inference we made from this rule right here. So the answer is C for number 2. Okay. Number 3. If R is in the first place, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If R is first, what do we know? Well, actually, both of these rules are implicated because we can't see this and we can't see this. So that means we must be dealing with this and this, right? Because if R is first, neither of these things could happen. So it's got to be RT and RW, which means it's also got to be ST and TW, which is actually sort of convenient because that means that you're going to have ST and you know that T is going to come before W, so it's going to be TW. The only thing left is V, and we know that V has to come after S, so that's going to be SV, right? Now that's significant because if S comes before V, and before T, and before W, then all of those have to come after S, which means S comes before them, so S has got to be here. At this point, we now have T, W, V, and they are essentially floating around, except T has to come before W. So let me get rid of that. V is now a floater, so we have V, comma, T before W. I'm not saying that V is before T and W, I'm just saying that V is floating around, can go wherever it wants, as long as it comes after S, which it always will in this particular setup. Which of the following could be true? T is second? No. S is second. B. V is third? Yes. V can go anywhere back here, so V could be third. The answer is B. 4. If T is second, what do we know must be true? Well, looking at the rules that deal with T, this one is actually implicated, right? You could not do this because if you put T in second, you can't fit R and S before it, so it's got to be this situation, which means that R and S are back here. I don't know their order necessarily because this rule does not dictate their order, so they're just somewhere back there. That's why I'm going to use the comma. Now, let's bring this rule into play. Okay, could W be before R and T? Yes. Could it be after R and T? Yes. So that rule doesn't really help us. But we do know something about S. S has to be before V. So since S has to be before V, I could actually draw that in here. That's really significant because now we have 1, 2, 3. Those all have to go there, which means the only variable left, W, does have to go there. All right. And that's consistent with this rule because W could come before both. We're good to go. Which of the following could be true? S is first, no. W is first. R is first, no. W is first. V is third. No, it couldn't be third because although V is back here, it has to come after S, so V could not fit there. W is fourth. Nope, it's first. R is last. Yes, R could be last. R can go anywhere back here, and so it could go last. The answer is E. 5, I would skip because it doesn't start with if. Let's go to 6. If V is the second piece on the CD. So V, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. V is in second place. What do we know? Well, that's all they told us. So, okay. V is second, that means S is first. Thank you. It's a gift from the LSAT test writers. Now let's go to the other rule that deals with S. This one right here. T is either before R and S or after R and S. It can't be before R and S because S is first, so T has to be after R and S. And if it's after R and S, that means it's after R, so R dash T, right? Now, who's left? W is left. W is again either before both of these or after both of these. Oops, I should have written an or here. Anyways, it's either before or after both of those, which again means that W is going to be here or here. So W is going back and forth. It's not like R was here or like V was here. It's not completely floating around. It is floating around a little bit, but it cannot go in between them. Okay, so which one of the following could be true? W is first. No, S is first. S is third. No, S is first. T is third. No. R has to come before T, so T couldn't go there. R is fourth. Yeah, why not? Put R here, T there, W there. Sure, that is the correct answer. E, R is last. Nope, T could only be last in the, well, W could be last, but bottom line is R could not be last because it comes before T, so the answer is D. 7, if W is first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If W is first, what do we know must be true? We know we're dealing with this situation. We're not dealing with that situation. I don't know how helpful that is. It's just the way it is. So, what else do we know? We know SV has to come after here. It's got to look like, SV. What else do we know? Okay, well, T could go there, I guess. Like, right, we could have, we don't care about that rule anymore. That one's taken care of. This is always going to happen. This, we do have to worry about, let's see. I mean, it could go before or after. I don't know. You know what? Let's just look at the answers. Which of the following cannot be true? A, T is the third piece on the CD. Actually, let's see. I think that is going to be a problem. If T goes here, let's see. Let me do this with a different color just so, because it's just testing out an answer. But if T ends up going here, right, we have this rule to worry about. And you can't have R and S before because you couldn't fit both R and S here. So that means R and S would have to go after. The problem is if you have R and S after, if R goes here and S goes there or whatever, you also have to fit in V, and you can't fit in all three back here. So there's not enough room for T to go there. T would actually have to go here to fit everybody in. So T is never going to go here, which is actually good because this is asking for what cannot be true. So the correct answer is C. All right, now let's go to the question we skipped. I'm sorry, the correct answer is A, the one we just did. That was nice. That was nice of them. We could have been testing these for some time, and if we had to, we would just do so. But in any case, A doesn't work, so that's the answer. We're done. Question 5. This is the non-if question. I'm doing this one last because we can look at our previous diagrams and maybe eliminate answers on the basis of those diagrams or whatever. We might not even need to look at them, but sometimes it can be helpful. The first and second pieces on the CD listed in order could be. So could the first and second be R and V? Whoa, nope. If you did R and V in the first and second spaces, you'd need S in there as well. That's not going to fit, so that's out. How about R and W? R and W? That's not good either. If we did R, W, then W would be here, R would be before it, which would mean we're looking at this situation. W, R, but no room for T. So that's out. ST. ST. So if we did ST, that's this situation right here, ST, but then we'd have to fit R up there. We can't fit R up there, so that's out. TW. Okay, that's this situation right here. Again, same problem. If you put T in first, W in second, then you don't have room for R, so that's out. WS. Okay, so if we put W first, that's this situation. That's fine. R and T can just go anywhere after that. S could go here. That's fine. That's in this situation, but we could just fit S, R, well, S. Here, let me show you. W and S. If that goes, then we have this situation, which means R and T are somewhere over here. And we could either do TRS or RST. We'd actually have to do this one because S is coming before it. So it would be ST, and then R would be before IT. And we know V has to come sometime after S. It can come anytime after S. Totally works. The answer is E. That's it. I think this is an easier game, but it does have a lot of questions, so it can take time to sort of test it out. I think it's not unreasonable to do this game in 8 minutes. I think ideally it'd be like 6, because it's not that hard of a game. It's a pretty easy game, and if you did it in 6 minutes, I'd give you more time for the harder games that come later in the section, but if it took you 8 minutes, I wouldn't feel too bad. I mean, heck, if you took 10, 12 minutes, that's fine. Maybe your best bet is to do only 3 games in the section, but to do them well. So, you know, don't get too concerned about the timing. But if you are in a position where you can do all 4 games, probably want to hit this one in like 6, 7 minutes, ideally 6. All right.